Steven Lorentz with one of the best third periods you'll see. 4 straight goals for that guy right there.
In my OHL career, obviously, I think it was way back in my minor hockey days when I was a lot younger. I don't think, as you get older, it gets a little bit harder and harder. Obviously, the competition grows, but it was a long time ago, so it feels pretty good. But I've said it a few times already. I'm happy we got the win. We're sitting in first place for a little bit, so we're on the chase for that again.
Yes, it has been a while since Steven Lorentz potted 4 goals in a game, but it certainly felt good after a slow start to 2017.
It gives you a whole lot of confidence. I think I've been working hard lately. I think a lot of guys have been putting in lots of work that, myself included, maybe the points weren't really there. I think adding Karoselev and Blackie at the deadline and then picking up Pax, they were great additions for our hockey club, and you know what, they started clicking instantly. But on a personal note, I don't think the points were coming for me, but I think Coro and I have found that chemistry now, and I think we're going pretty good. So I wasn't too concerned about the amount of points I was getting, but that 4-goal night definitely it adds a lot of confidence moving forward, and I know that our team is in a little bit of on a roll right now, and we're going to have a good week of practice ahead of us, and we're looking forward to the Northern road trip ahead of us this weekend.
Last time Lorentz scored a hat-trick, no hats fell to the ice at the PMC, so his billet family littered his bed with hats. This time around, hats made it onto the ice, but they still had a surprise for him when he got home. He does, but goes to the outside, to the slot, Steven Lorentz, there's the hat-trick.
The hats on that, I don't really expect that. I was just happy enough to get the 3 goals, help my team out. But you know what, my billet sister, my billets were out of town, or they were in town. They were busy. They weren't at home. But my billet sister went and put a number 4 on my bed with hats. So it was a nice little surprise again. I wasn't really expecting that. So I have an amazing billet family, and I'm definitely going to miss them when my career's over. And we're going to stay in touch, throughout my whole life because of the impact they've had on my life so far.
As an overager, this season has brought an extra sense of hunger to the Pete's 4th leading scorer.
You got to appreciate all the little things. I think you don't really take advantage of things when you're a young guy, but you don't really realize how short the junior career really is, and it's so cliche. Every guy says it when you're listening to the older guys talk, but it goes by so fast, and I just got to take it day by day and realize that, hey, this is going to come to an end someday, and this has been the most fun 3.5 years of my life so far, and I'm looking forward to an amazing half year to finish out my career. And as slow as I want it to go by, I'm looking forward to the playoffs. I'm looking forward to pushing deep, and obviously every guy wants to win in their last year, but this year it's an actual possibility, so it's very exciting, and I can't wait.
At this point in the season, it's easy to realize something is different in comparison to years past. Lorentz has taken notice.
I think this year we're really in contention, and it's obvious. Obviously, we're sitting at top of the East right now, and we're only a point out of first place. So, last year we weren't really in a really strong playoff push. Every year you want to make the playoffs, but we weren't sitting where we were last year, this year. So. I think there's a buzz around town, and I think the fans know that there's something special in this group this year, and nothing against the guys we picked up last year. Nicky was a great addition at the deadline. We had a strong team last year, but like you said, there's just something about this year's team that the people are starting to recognize that, hey, this team could do some damage in the playoffs, and I think it gets people excited, and it gets people to want to come out to games and watch us play. So it's an exciting time of year to be a Pete's fan and a Pete's player. So I know a lot of people who normally don't usually follow us this closely that are paying a close attention to us.
This week, the Petes are busy prepping for their upcoming Northern Road swing, and for the first time in a long time, the standings watch is a part of the team's routine.
They are. There's a board, and this is kind of the first year that it's consistently been updated. We added Fozzie in the offseason, Curtis Foster, and he's an unbelievable coach, and he helps the guys out, and it's just little things, so whether it's watching the whole workouts when he doesn't have to, or writing up the standings on the board. Guys notice that, and it's always nice to see you go back and you look and Pete's are at the top, and it's kind of a special feeling because I've mentioned it a few times already. We've never really been in this situation before, so it's always nice seeing your team at the top, and we want to keep it up there. So. We haven't done a whole lot of video on these guys yet. We're kind of focusing on some of the tweaks and and upgrades we can make on our game right now. So a little bit later on in the practice week, we're gonna watch a little bit more closely. But we know they're a big team, they're physical, and their place in the standings isn't relative to how they play. We know that they're a team capable of surprising some top teams, especially if you play a physical hockey game against a skilled team. You never really know what's going to happen. So we can't take any game lightly from here on out for the rest of the season. We have a top team in the CHL playing the Sioux on Saturday, so we have to come out and play our best hockey if we expect to win that hockey game. Because if we go in with any less expectations than playing our best hockey, it's not going to happen.